God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and of course, I make content about sneakers, occasional Tron hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, but this is Sold Out, where we continue the sneaker talk, man. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up. Well, of course, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it, right? Okay, so pretty much if I'm not posting content over there, if I don't get content on a time, I definitely do my very best to post it in Discord. Or we have some of the, members that we have in there, they will post it in there as well. We're one big team over there, right? Okay. But tonight's topic, man. I'm only gonna be on this joint for like an hour. So as y'all come in and out, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button and sub if you haven't done so already. Pretty much going to cover 3 topics tonight, and I'm going to dive right in on them, and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases toward the end of the live, and then, of course, you guys know I'll be back again on Saturday. So pretty much, for the most part, North Face faced a cyber attack, and Nike's head of communications, which I got to fix the title. I see that I messed that up. Pretty much says StockX head of creative. We're going to be talking about that as well. So pretty much official topics, and I try to, sometimes with YouTube, they kind of mess with the title, too, if you don't, put it in there. If it's only so many characters we can put in there, but this one is on me. I'm not gonna blame that on YouTube, right? Okay, so I think I'm gonna start right with pretty much. I think the North Face, the latest cyber attack victim to credit card data, is remained safe. Because think about it, we talked about Adidas as well. They faced this as well. I want to say last week or week before last, and now it just looked like it's North Face time. And to be fair, with all the stuff that we've been talking about, VF Corp, I don't think they want to be on this list, but we're going to talk about this. This article actually came out June 4th. And then Nike rounds out management team with new head of communications. So it's pretty much supposed to say new, not ill. You know what I'm saying? But I'll fix that title when I get off live real quick. So, which I don't want to try to fix it in the middle of live, and then we're in the middle of active and I throw some stuff off. That's why I don't really want to do that. And then we'll close out with StockX. Looks like they named a new head of creative. Pretty much is a Daniel D. Jesus, which it may be Daniel Jesus or Daniel D. Jesus Kruger. This is my thing. For whatever reason, growing up in school, off mode but on mode, whenever I saw the name Jesus, or if somebody else's name Jesus that's not literally Jesus, they would call him Hey Zeus, and I'm like, bro, and it may be Jesus, but to me, I naturally, when I see that name spelled that way, I say Jesus, and that's just me, right? And I'm not judging or anything like that, but yeah, those are going to be our main topics, and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases. Apparently, we did get a restock on the Air Max 95 Neons, but with JD Sports, but apparently it was an exclusive drop or something like that. So I'll cover that towards the end of the live, but let's see what we got in the building, man, before we dive in, and pretty much we'll get started on tonight's live. Looks like Long Beach Joe Jets is in the building, says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. Also, let me know if audio and visual is okay, because video is looking good, audio is looking good. I'm getting feedback, so looks like everything is good on my end. Let me know if you guys can hear me or not. Long Beach Joe Jess says, yep, only so many characters you can use. This is true, but I will keep it 100. That one, I'm pretty sure I can include the N, I just literally, I thought I did, but at the same time, setting up for these lives right after work, I will say this, that one's probably was just me fat fingering it, so to speak. Let's see, Long Beach Joe Jet says, gotta keep the data safe. This is true. And we're going to start with pretty much North Face them pretty soon. We're going to start with them first. K. Nathan in the building says, what's good? What up, K. Nathan? Slayer in the building says, yo, Sneaker Squad 100. What up, Slayer? Long Beach says, yep. And Nathan says, hey, Zeus. I mean, chill. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I'm not going to say it bothers me, but it's kind of one of those bro, why can't we just say it for what we normally say it? And when do we know? Okay, cool. I'll run it back for safety purposes. When do you say Jesus and when do you say Jesus? Because some people name like that, they'll be like, it's Jesus. But then some people will be like, it's Jesus. That's my name. They name me Jesus. I have seen people that's met Jesus. Is it and again, I don't want to sound offend anybody, but is it an unwritten rule that you can't, if you name somebody Jesus, you're not allowed to call them Jesus? I don't know, and that's probably something I could probably Google. But again, that's just always been my train of thought. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just my question. K Nathan says when there's a D in the front of it, it's usually Hispanic. Oh, okay. Then it's always D Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. And I'm not even trying to be like funny or smart aleck or nothing. I didn't know. You know? And looking at homie, not judging, it probably is probably Jesus. When I share my screen, you know, probably more so. But it, you know, hey, to each their own. But let's start with this North Face situation first. Pretty much it says North Face is the latest cyber attack victim. Pretty much customers' credit card data safe remains safe. So pretty much they had a cyber attack, and there are a lot of people who don't know this. I do actually have my master's degree in cybersecurity, and ironically, I have been actively studying starting today pretty much for another certification in cybersecurity because, I mean, that's just one thing about the IT field. Technology, with it changing pretty much with the blink of an eye overnight sometimes what it feels like, certifications is stuff that you can stay on top of it to use to keep the stuff safe, you know? But I say all that to say that this is part of that cybersecurity type of thing, and I feel like they're never probably going to go away. You know, there's so many different areas to study into it too, and it's, you know, a field that I feel like it's always going to be safe in, you know, as far as like job wise. But at the same time, as far as like from the customer credit card, you're trusting where you shop at. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, I've shopped at some place where, well, I'll put it this way: if it seems too janky, I don't shop there. But for the most part, one of the places that if it offers PayPal, it usually gives me a warm and fuzzy because that gives me two forms of like layer of trying to get your money back. If you think about it, PayPal has a customer service. They'll put the funds on hold, and then you can even call your card company too. They'll put the funds on hold. I hate to say it, as much as using a credit card is probably frowned upon, one of the things about with the credit card joint is they usually side within your favor, even though you have to pay interest if you don't pay the stuff off in time. But that's the difference, in my opinion, from what I was taught from a debit card and a credit card. And while, yes, you'll get it back on your debit card too, but I feel like it just stings a little bit more whenever it's your actual physical money. You know what I mean? That you worked hard for versus like, okay, cool, I can go a few days while they sort this out. You know what I mean? And that's just what my thoughts is on it. But I'm going to share my screen here. As y'all coming in out, don't forget to smash the like button and, of course, sub up if you haven't done so already. So let's dive in. Let me share my screen. Give me like 2 seconds, making sure I got everything squared away here. And then we'll start with the North Face cyber security attack first. Probably get a little lengthy in that one. And then we'll go to Nike, and then we'll go to StockX to wrap things up for the night and talk upcoming sneaker releases. So, boom, you guys should be seeing my screen here. Definitely smash the like button as y'all come in and out. So pretty much the title I just read, and this just came out June 4th, by the way. It says, North Face is the latest cyber victim, and customer credit card data is safe, remains safe. So data safe and remain safe. So pretty much, again, these attacks have been sleeking through, but looks like they got an extra layer of security when it comes to the money, which I don't blame them. The North Face cyber attack relied on credential stuffing to try to gain access to customers' login accounts. Keep in mind, you can insert the blank whenever you search like cybersecurity attack, like insert almost any company, and they've always been somewhat a victim or may have been a victim to it in the past. Remember when StockX went through the same scenario, you know what I'm saying? And I only shopped on StockX official a total of one time, as much as I even used it through the videos for like educational purposes and for just, I will say, like, and this is all alleged and opinionated based, but I use it for just to see what the current market is, you know what I'm saying? Research purposes, you know what I mean? It says the North Face cyber attack relied on the credential stuffing and try to gain access to customers' login accounts. But see, even if you get access to the login accounts, I'm assuming that people probably don't even want their money. They just want to use their card to buy a whole bunch of stuff from them. And then, but this is my thing where you still got to get it shipped somewhere. You're going to change that person's address and then ship it to your address. You're going to tell on yourself. In order, we'll use a P.O. box. Well, the P.O. box got to be assigned to somebody's name. Like, I mean, it's still one of those, is the crime worth the risk? You know, that's just my whole thought process on it. It says North Face parent company VF Corp warned customers that they should not use the same login information across different websites. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate on this one, right? Because that is true, right? I agree with them. Don't use the same login information across multiple sites. But you know how many sites have an accounts that you have to build to shop? You know what I'm saying? Not to include. I'm gonna put myself in this scenario, right? While I am a cybersecurity like person, right? I see why people use the same login information and same password across the board if they can. And this is my thing. Because, dog, think about how many things ask for an account. Then I got my login accounts at work. And they say that they don't want you to write none of the damn passwords down. That's kind of frowned upon. But if you got it in the average place you want to change, some of it's every 60 days, some of it's every 90 days. Me and my coworker have literally sat back where we had to change our password like every 90 days. And it got to the point, because we worked with this company for, 7-8 years plus, right? And we were like, yo, I'm out of passwords. Like, because the curriculum isn't just like you can create, like, you can just write password 123. You had to literally it was a curriculum you had to follow. And it's like, to meet that curriculum, I'm out of that style of passwords. Like, I don't know what else you want me to put. Now, the downside also, when you have multiple passwords, you're going to easily jack up your account too, because you're thinking like, damn, what did I set the login for this one? And then especially whenever the account keeps you logged in, but then at certain jobs, it automatically logs everybody out, or it logs some people out. Or sometimes, and I got several accounts that I do at work, right? That after so many minutes of inactive use, it automatically logs you out. Same scenario for these apps and these websites. If you ain't logged into the joint after X amount of time, it logs you out. Now you need to remember the password. You know what I'm saying? And then think about this. How inconvenient. I get it for security purposes. It makes sense. But think about this. Say it gets a shock drop on the sneakers app and you need to sign in. And you just got the notification that it's a shock drop and you're trying to get there like right now. But you can't remember the password you put in. You're gonna be racing for time. And even if you gotta reset the joint, that's gonna add more time to you trying to get in to actually cop the sneaker. Again, so I can see why, and I'm not trying to say that this isn't correct about changing the password and not using the same password. However, I'm trying to give a point of why people may or may not even do it. You know what I mean? Where we at real quick, let me touch the chat. Devon Photo says, what's good? What up, Devon? It says, too many login and passwords to remember. Exactly. Long story short, that's all I was trying to say. You got that many damn passwords, and the thing is where you're like, well, just pick one place and shop there. Dog, when you're trying to get sneakers, some places may have more stock. More people may be here, more people there. So we need multiple logins, you know? K. Nathan says, there are password apps, but who to say they won't be breached? This is true, because I will say this, and I just kind of noticed that too when I got my new phone last year, right? Okay. Pretty much the password app on there, you know, it is helpful, but at the same time, what if I notice if it's a site I haven't been to in a while, you know, you got to update it. You know what I mean? You got to update the joint. You know what I mean? It's gotten better with that app, but it's the app is only as strong as you teach it per se, right? And again, like you said, who to say they won't try to crack that joint? Because that is a thing as well. Actually, when I was studying today, I was like, yo, it's certain sites where they just got the most common passwords, or they have like a password thing. There's some people that literally sit back and try to crack your joint each and every, like as many times. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Especially if a person, that's all they do, that's their job. Now, in theory, you would think that one thing that I've noticed too, if you put in the password wrong too many times, it'll lock your account out. You got to reset it anyway. But if they're using some bot of some sort and it's not picking up, like pretty much you either get in or get not, but it doesn't set that system off to let them know that a person is physically trying, then that person can have more tries, you know? Just saying. But let me get to the article real quick and then we'll keep the party going. It says the North Face has warned its customers not to recycle login information on its customer accounts following a cyber attack on site last month that used a technique called credential stuffing. It says, in a notification filing with Vermont Attorney General's office, North Face parent VF Corp submitted a draft of its letter to the affected customers, noting that the breach occurred on April 23rd, 2025. It says the letter is indicated that an attacker launched a small-scale credential stuffing attack using email addresses and usernames and passwords stolen from an account source, such as a breach of a different company or a website, to gain unauthorized access to the user accounts. And if you think about this, and you could think too, we could take North Face and VF Corp out of the situation. One app that I noticed I had the same password across the board, and I probably shouldn't admit this. Well, I'm not gonna admit this on this, but it is other sneaker apps that were, let's just say, their companies. Pretty much their login information was kind of the same across the board, and again, it's kind of one of those, I think I said it that way for all, and I know what it is, but I don't want to put it out there because if somebody do crack the Da Vinci Code, but granted, I don't really trip because out of all those sites, I don't even really use them like that anymore too, you know what I'm saying? It's back whenever we was working from home and, you're going live and you got to be quick, so probably them joints I would think is already locked out by now or not being in use. But yeah, I can easily see how this happens across the board. It says credential stuffing attacks can occur when individuals use the same authentication credentials on multiple websites, VF said, adding that it encourages all its customers to use a unique password on its site. Again, you guys got to set the curriculum. But again, it's part of them too, where if they have the same like login stuff that's acceptable across like North Face website and of course like I guess you can say their website, North Face, you know what I mean? So this is my thing, because if you got North Face and then you got like Supreme, which they're not a part of this anymore, but we'll say North Face and Vans, right? Because Vans still fall up under VF Corp to the best of my knowledge, right? Say you can use the same login. What they're saying is they don't want you to use the same login that you do for Vans, and Timberland still fall up under it too. So Timberland, Vans, and we say North Face. If you put in your same login information across the board, whose fault is that it don't make you tweak it up? But maybe the system may not be on that level to catch that just yet. You know what I mean? It says, let me read the article again. It says, we do not believe that the incident involved information that would require us to notify you of a data security breach under an acceptable law. However, we are notifying you of the incident voluntarily out of an abundance of caution, VF said in the letter. It's also said that the information that may have been accessed includes products purchased on Norfolk's website, shipping address, and other information if saved on the customer account, such as date of birth and telephone number. Now, I always never understood what I asked for your date of birth on a shopping site, but then again, sometimes it's for verification, and sometimes it's for simply where, hey, we'll give you an extra 10% off on your birthday or 20% off on your birthday, which the answer is probably most likely 10%. BM Corp also emphasized that payment credit card information was not, I repeat, not compromised on our website because it does not keep such data on its site. So that's actually a smart move right there. So they don't keep that stored on there. Now, some sites do, right? We can think, I'm not going to put in some examples, but if you think about it, a lot of them do. But to be honest, even if the site, if you're going through using Apple Pay, it may have your Apple Pay stuff, but at the same time, it won't have your credit card joint. I will say this, a lot of people was hesitant about Apple Pay and security, and I was one of those people when it first got introduced, but I'm a firm believer in that one's they got that one kind of locked down a little bit more than what you think. You know what I mean? Not supporting or picking sides or anything like that, but kind of one of those, yeah. I think it's okay, you know? It says the company said approximately 1,500 individuals were impacted. In a statement released Wednesday, the North Face said the incident was quickly contained and the effect was promptly notified. It's important to note that no credit card information was compromised. Protecting the data of our customers remains our highest priority. Of course, and this was definitely written by some of the big wigs, right? Okay. And I would assume professionally written too. You know what I mean? Says the frequency of the retail related cybersecurity attacks increased by 56% in 2023 compared to the previous year, according to the No B4's Global Retail Report 2025. Last month, researchers from Google Threat Intelligence Group and Google Cyberattack Management said that cyber criminals that were believed to have been responsible for 3 attacks against companies in the UK were focusing on the U.S. retailers. Last month, Victoria's Secret had a temporary shutdown in the site after a cybersecurity breach, which I'm going to be 100. Searching for some of these topics, I saw that would come up, and I was like, I was going to include it at one point, but I was like, no, this is about sneakers. We ain't talking about ladies' underwear and whatever else they sell in there. But I remember Victoria's Secret used to be that store, man. Yeah, not for me. Let me clarify that. But for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? And if you got a boo or what have you. And whoever's into that type of stuff. Manny with the Kicks in the building says, Yerp. What up, Manny? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Let's see. I give read K. Nathan's article says, post, he said, there's passwords as, but who's to say they won't be read that part? It says, according to Vermont Attorney General section for security breach notices, other fashion firms that had the file notices recently were Alex Apparel Incorporated and women's footwear firm Jordan Shoes Incorporated. The Alex Apparel letter said its breach was on March 10th and that it was no indication that any personal information had been has been or will be fraudulently misused. The company also released reset passwords. The Jurdor breach around February 1st involved a ransomware attack. So for the people who don't know what ransomware is, ironically, I'm probably about to tell my career here again. Ransomware is, it's not like random or whatever, like what people think. It's more so somebody locks down your shit and say like, cool, if you want it back, we want X amount. You fill in the blank. So usually they hold your stuff for ransom. That's what it means. Pretty much, it's just like if like, case in point, we can and we can take it off mode here and put it right back on mode. When rappers say they get like their chain snatched in the club, the person runs off, they don't know what it is, but they really, really want it back. The person goes live and be like, hey, yeah, we'll get it back to you for, 100,000. That's holding their chains for ransom. Now, if the rapper and them are smart, they already should have like that already under that. I would hope they have that stuff insured where you can just file a claim. I think that could easily fall under like renter's insurance if I'm not mistaken. Say it was stolen, and you should get what it's worth back or somewhat in the ballpark where you don't lose too much money. Where is that? Man with the Kick says Joe Jets and Divine salute 100. Where we at real quick? Let's see. I think I read that part. It says the company reset passwords. Jordan breach around February 1st involved a ransom. We read that part. It says, while personal information may have been impacted, the shoe firm said there is no indication that the personal information was acquired or misused in any way. Last month, and this is Adidas, I remember covering this one. It had a cyber attack in which an unauthorized third party obtained some customer data or consumer data, but not any password, credit card passwords, or any other payment-related information through a third-party customer provider. So again, this can happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? This could happen. We've seen this happen with the gas companies. I've seen this happen where, and to keep it 100, I seen one gas company, they got their stuff held for ransom, and they end up actually, it was cheaper for them they did hire a cybersecurity professional, but to get the problem solved, they end up paying a ransom to get their shit back and then had the cybersecurity person lock it down where it shouldn't happen no more. Ironically, it's also happened, and like I said, this is across the board. I took my car in for maintenance, I want to say a couple months ago, and where I took it in for maintenance, they were doing stuff manually at the time. And I'm like, what's going on? They're like, yeah, we got a cybersecurity attack for ransomware. And yeah, I was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, even they told me, they're most likely going to pay the jank because we don't, you know what I mean? We got the cybersecurity professional, but they get the shit back. He or she can't get it back. So we're going to pay it back, but we're going to lock it down where it don't happen again. I said, wow. It's like, it's not even credit card information. They got some other shit information where it's like, obviously they felt the need that they need to pay the shit. You know what I mean? Long Beach OJ says salutes to Manny and Divine. That's what's up. Let's see. Last week, Victoria's Secret's e-commerce site was down for a few days as it addressed a security incident. The breach also resulted in a delay of the first quarter earnings report that was slated for Thursday. And fashion firms overseas, Harrods, Marks and Spencer, and the Co-op Group in UK last month also saw hackers targeting their online operations. Moreover, Dior confirmed last month that it was impacted by a data breach involving its Chinese customer base. So Dior. But I don't hear too much Dior talk after one RIP to who am I thinking of? The dude based out of New York. He used to rap about Dior a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I can't think of his name right now. But long story short, we did get it where we found out that Dior stuff, which we all kind of knew this, but I guess it just looks bad when it hits the headlines and go viral, where Dior, the stuff they're selling us at the price they're selling it for, they're getting it for way less, allegedly, right? Okay. And I'm thinking of Pop Smoke is who I was talking about. It just came to mind. Remember Pop Smoke? He was repping Dior hard. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of people have, since then, I'm not saying they still don't make sales, but it's kind of slowed down. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Long Beach. It was Pop Smoke, most definitely. Right? I knew that was going to happen. Right when somebody typed in the chat, it was going to come to mind. You know what I mean? It says, a report from the new B4 in March said that the greatest threat now is not payment data, but rather theft of personal information that describes as a credential harvesting. This type of stolen credentials has become more popular because the information gives the hackers immediate access to personal accounts, allowing them to bypass security measures, with contributors from the Rosemary Fittingberg. So I get it. They're taking a different approach versus just asking for money. That some people may be like, this is my thing, where I think the ransomware stuff may not be as effective as it used to be compared to this is my thing. They'll probably be like, hey, you got X amount of days to pay this. That's the ransom, right? Or we're going to do X, Y, Z. Well, at that point, you're going to be like, cool, notify the users, have them reset all their passwords automatically. You can change that and delete all the damn card shit. And, at that point, it may not be as effective. Or it's probably time consuming. You know what I mean? Long Beach says, yep, 100. That's my thing, too. I'm not saying ransomwares aren't as effective because people are still doing them each and every day. But at the same time, clearly the people are they got a bigger motive out of the whole situation. And really, ransomware is probably something that's going to continue to always happen each and every month, day, year. That's what some people do. You know what I mean? And there's different type of levels of hacking, and ransomware just happen to be a part of it. In fact, there's certain people that, if you look at a cybersecurity professional, they're considered a hacker as well, but they're supposed to be on the quote unquote good side, right? Okay. And then you got the attackers where they're out for some form of negative motive. You know what I mean? So we consider that person like a certified ethical hacker, where they're doing their things for good. Because to be honest, to figure out what somebody else did to hack the shit, pardon my language, you kind of have to figure out what they did. But except you're kind of using their powers, you're using your powers for good. So you're kind of like the cybersecurity specialist is supposed to be the good guy, like a Superman, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be easier said than done. And usually those individuals charge a lot for their services. You know what I mean? Especially if they're, good. You know what I mean? So that's it for that one. We're going to transition on to the Nike latest update from them. And then we'll transition on to StockX to close out. But it says, it says Nike rounds out management team with new head of communications. Pretty much, it says the sports brand has hired McDonald's executive Michael Guna as Chief Communication Officer. Interesting. It says Nike has finished filing out its new management team. Nike has reached through the golden arches for its next head of communications. I'm going to keep it 100 off mode, but on mode, dog. I ain't had McDonald's in years. I know for a fact they ain't had my card or anything. I ain't bought nothing from McDonald's. Every now and then I'll get a random craving where I'll go get the McDonald's, but it's very, very rare. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking people who do shop at McDonald's or spend money at McDonald's. I mean, clearly a successful business for a reason. And I remember kind of how it all came about to the best of my knowledge. Off mode, but on mode. McDonald's was one of those companies where they didn't believe into it. And then finally, when homie got a chance, it took off like a rocket. And now that's why he got one, kind of like one on every single corner. And I've been in McDonald's where they actually have a buffet style in there. They have a buffet in there. Let's see. Slayer says, we need a McDonald's vlog, big bro Jay. Bro, I don't know what I didn't want to be that guy, right? I remember off mode, but on mode when, they did the Travis Scott McDonald's meal and sneakers. I'm not judging. But I knew what was going to happen. Like, we had like a handful of like sneaker heads, like sneaker YouTubers pull up and pretty much get the Travis Scott meal and swear it was the best thing on earth. And I'm like, they already got this. It's just kind of one of those, he got his name attached to it. And then several other individuals, like celebrities, started got their own like, McDonald's meal. But I don't know if I could do, every now and then I will say this, I don't really do food stuff, but then again, I'm kind of guilty of it. Like, I remember I did that Popeyes joint. That one did kind of good. And then, you remember when they first introduced the Popeyes chicken sandwich, that spicy chicken joint? Shit was amazing. Now we just don't got used to it, but it was good when it first came out. It was busting. You know what I'm saying? And probably on the right day, it's still busting. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I remember that. And I think I've done, like, a Wingstop, like, vlog for real. So much so, Dunk's like, you doing food shit now? I'm like, no, but every now and then I like to mix it up. Just to, keep the content fresh sometimes. You know what I'm saying? With YouTube and stuff, I'm all good with, like, consistency, but you also got to switch it up sometimes. Slayer says, I've been telling you them McGriddles always hit. I remember, and I'm about to tell my age too, off mode but on mode. I remember when the McGriddles had first like kind of came out and that was like the new thing. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. It is busting from what I remember. I ain't had one in like, probably like, it had to be at least 8, 9, 10 years. It's probably even longer, bro, to keep it 100. Like, I'm gonna say at least a strong 7, 8 years. But I say this, I remember that used to be a good go-to, and what makes it awesome is that syrupy taste, because it's pancakes on, a biscuit style, and it just hits. I'm not gonna lie, it do hit. But also what kind of slowed me down from it too, because I watched like this documentary, Super Size Me, I'm pretty sure, probably telling my age again, that's also the most, and pardon my language, the most and it may have changed, but back then, and this is according to, Super Size Me, pause, the documentary, they said that's the most fattest, unhealthiest thing on the menu as well. Not to kill nobody's like mojo, and I don't know if it's true or still true or not, but at one point in time, that's what they were saying. People were saying that that's the most fattest, unhealthiest thing on the menu. But boy, is it good. Let's see. Slayer says, hopefully we get a McDonald's dunk soon. That would be interesting. I think the closest thing we got with those Jordan 1 joints where it looked like the Ronald McDonald shoe, people were calling it. I forgot. It was those white and red joints with the yellow shoestring joints. I remember I think that's the closest we've gotten so far. K. Nathan says, I swear I'm always late when it comes to new menus, when it comes to fast food. I swear something be good and finds out I'll be like a year late. Yeah, that could happen. If you're not a foodie. I'll be like this. Low-key, I am a foodie to a certain extent. Like, not on a level where, like, I'm doing it on a regular basis, but I do kind of keep up with it. Like, off mode, but on mode again, I noticed Popeyes, if they don't have it at your area yet, it should be coming soon. They're going to do a new chicken wrap, like a spicy chicken wrap type of joint, which I'll admit, it looks pretty good. I haven't tried it personally. Slayer says, the settles it. I'm gonna stop by. He said that settles it. I'm gonna stop by McDonald's. Memory Kick says those were Ash's Polo. What are you talking about? I hope you're not talking about the Popeye chicken sandwich because those busting. The McGriddles was busting. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? Let me get back to the article. It says on Monday, the sports giant named Michael Gooder, former McDonald's, to become the executive vice president and chief communication officer. He will assume the position formerly held by K. John Wilkins, who left Nike in March, about 6 months after Elliott Hill became chief executive officer, which this is normal, by the way. Whenever a new guy gets in office, They downsized and made some changes, this, that, and the third. All that comes a factor in a play and can play a play in there, right? It says Wilkins reportedly resigned for personal reasons and resigned for personal reasons, and Gunda will officially join Nike on July 7th and report to Hill. In this position, Gunda will lead global communications for Nike, overseeing all faucets of the communication strategy, including storytelling, corporate and brand reputation, issue management, and employee engagement. He will also become a member of the company's senior leadership team. This rounds out Hill's executive team that will be charged with moving the company forward. According to sources, the leadership team includes I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, but I'm going to say Vintesh. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Chief Supply Chain Officer Thomas Clark, Chief Growth Incentives Officer Mooj Enrold. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Executive Vice President and Chief Technology Officer Matthew Friend, Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer Nicole Graham, Chief Marketing Officer Treasurer Hinkle, Executive Vice President and Chief Human Resources Officer Rob Lindwin, which I remember some of this we have already covered. Executive Vice President and Chief Legal Officer Phil McCartney, Executive Vice President and Chief Innovation, Design, and Product Officer Ann Miller, Executive Vice President of Sports Marketing Amy Montaigne, hopefully I'm reading that correctly, and President of Nike, and Craig Williams, President of Geographers and Marketplace. So Nike's them are making some major changes over there, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see. K. Nathan says, then it could look like some clown shoes. This is true. I saw that. That's what people were saying. They looked like clown shoes. Manuel Kick says the Air Jordan. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those red and yellow laces joint. Yeah. I will say this, I can't think of the name, but it's kind of one of those I said nicely, some sneaker YouTubers, I'm not going to say no names, they were overly trying to sell those to us, right? And we wasn't having this shit. We were like, yeah, no, these ain't it, bro. They wasn't trying to hear it though. I'm like, these ain't it. And we knew they wasn't it. This is my thing. We fall for a lot of stuff, but when the shoe sucks, it just sucks. And I'm not knocking the people who got them. And yes, there's some people that can drip them, but at the same time, it don't make it a hot commodity shoe. Let's see, where we at? Slayer says the McDonald's fries busting. That's another thing too. I've heard that McDonald's has the best fries. I'm not giving in. But it definitely takes me down memory lane. You know what I'm saying? Michael is a deeply strategic, emotional, intelligent, purpose-driven leader who understands the power of storytelling to move both brands and people, said Hill. His vision of driving impactful communications, his instinct for building high-performing teams, and his ability to form authentic communications will help Nike amplify the voice of sports and athletes around the world in bold and meaningful ways. I'm confident he is the right leader for us as we put Nike back at the center of sport, and our team is excited for the vision and leadership he brings. At McDonald's, Gunda also served as Chief Communication Officer, where he was in charge of communications, public affairs, sustainability, community engagement, and stratigraphy. For company's largest markets, he's also served on the global senior leadership team for that company. Let's see, Nike has always been more than a brand. It's a storyteller, a cultural force, and a catalyst for belief, said Gunda. I'm deeply honored to join the company that has shaped how people see themselves and world around them, and humbled to help Nike tell the story that matters, connect even more deeply with athletes and communities, and write the next abundance chapter in the Elliott's team. So again, looks like they are trying to build like a great team, like a dream team, and get it back. But at the same time, I'm going to say this. Does all that matter in today's economy? Right? Keep in mind, tariffs and stuff, that stuff is still being sorted out. Prices have already been kind of really increased. Nike them, I will say this, it does matter because they know if they drop the right product, that people will try their best to find the money if they can. It says prior to McDonald's, Gunda held a senior leadership position at the Chabona and Communication Agency, where Weber Shanwick, he is also avid runner and he lived across the U.S. as well as the Kenya and China. Gunner's appointment is just the latest change at the sports brand. Last week, the company said that its head of innovation, John Hoke, would be retiring, which we did cover that as well, from his position. Just weeks before that, he said that Heidi O'Neill, president of the customer product and brand, would be exiting. Yeah, so we've been kind of covering these left and right too. So Nike them are making some major changes. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm gonna wrap it up on this one. And then I'll start the StockX one next week because we're getting close to that hour mark. But I am going to finish this one right here too. And then we'll add StockX to the mix on Saturday because I'll be back live again. And there'll probably be some more stuff to add to it. But I definitely want to get to that story too. But I'll make sure we still, stay within that hour time frame as well. Long Beach says this is true. Polo. Hill was lured out of retirement to rejoin Nike's last October as he's been instrumental in the orchestrating massive changes within the organization, ranging from the executive team to the distribution and pricing. In the company's third quarter earnings called in March, Hill was vocal about how Nike needs to be more innovative. And that's a key word that used to trigger me and Dunks back in the day when Dunks used to be on the lives with me. It's always this innovation or innovation. They turn technology. What are they trying to get at? What they're trying to say is they want to bring their stuff back if what I get from it. And they got to find new ways to do that. It don't necessarily always, I guess, mean technology-wise, which technically could help because let's just keep it 100. Some of the J's, not all, but some of the J's or Nike shoes in general, comfortability, let's just say some of them take a minute to break in. We've just accepted them for what it is, but that could help the situation too if that's what they want to do. But I don't think that's probably the route they're probably even thinking right now. It says, innovative and also reduce the amount of product available in the market. Says during the call, he said Nike's new priorities will be centered around 5 fields of play: running, basketball, football, training, and sportswear. 3 countries, the US, China, and UK, in 5 cities: New York, Los Angeles, London, Beijing, and Shanghai. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. It says the company also revealed that it is returning to Amazon after 6-year hiatus, which we covered that as well. I guess because they haven't been with Amazon, hasn't been selling a product. At least not, I guess you can say technically, but I know I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm not a big Amazon shopper, right? Okay. We all have at one point, I assume, because Amazon, obviously, they reached that, top level status for a reason, and we had something to do with that. But I guess what pushed me away is once how they started doing the marketing and treating like the people that was working for them. Again, it's just my opinion and what I've seen. Again, it's just, I don't know. I like to always get it directly from the source if I can. But to each their own, I'm not telling nobody where to spend their money. You know what I'm saying? Let me touch the chat real quick. Slayer says, treat yourself with a McDonald's breakfast on Saturday, Big Bro Jay. I know I will. Shit. I might, man. To be honest, I don't want to get back addicted to that shit, man. But ain't nothing wrong with it. And I've noticed, anytime I've had McDonald's, because literally maybe and I know it's been at least 5-6 years, but even still, even then, I was still very slim on eating it. I will say this. My body it wouldn't work for me, and I don't want to gross somebody out, but nah, I can tell if I eat something out of the norm. I'll say that. Let me get back to the article. I'm gonna wrap that up, and then we're gonna talk upcoming sneaker releases and wrap things up here for the night. And like I said, I'll talk that StockX part of the article on Saturday, along with a plethora of other topics, I'm sure. It says the company also revealed that it was returning to Amazon after 6 years hiatus and will be raising prices on both footwear and apparel in response to the tariffs. So that's my thing. The raising of the prices, is it really necessary? In my opinion, no, but I can see why as a company they're probably going to raise prices because they're probably so far gone on how they have stuff budgeted where, they kind of feel like that's the easiest way to do versus and think about this too. Even though they're raising prices, they also did a lot of cutting. If you go through this article, we've had people retiring. And then certain people now they're filling in what was once multiple positions. It's been positions merged. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to sit up here and say Nike them then try to cut corners where they can within reason before they start hitting us in the pocket too. But then some people could look at it as like they cutting stuff, but then they still need to charge us more regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see both sides. It says the three major moves are an answer to the criticism that Nike had lost the edge to competitors such as Hoka and On, particularly in the footwear space. Nike them still up there, and Hoka them and On may have stepped up, but I mean Nike them. I will say this: what's not helping is limiting your product sometimes, or sometimes making it readily available. But it also you got those big hype names over there, and sometimes that helps, but it hurts. Where it sometimes pushes people away. It's like, bro, how many people I know, especially during like 2020 and 2021, was like, bro, I'm deleting my damn app. I can't hit anyway. I don't give a damn. I'm not trying. You know what I'm saying? You think it was more than one person? Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, people like, not saying you want it too easy, but at the same time, that pushes people to go try other brands. And or if they're looking, people feet are different. If they're looking for a true shoe that's going to work out in, On and Hoka may be that shoe. Now, some people probably wear them for casual wear. Like, some people wear their same gym shoes. Like, if they're going out and about for a walk, then, yeah, they use the same gym shoes. Like, this is my gym shoe / walk shoe / I'm getting my money's worth type of shoe. Now, us, like me, I'll put myself in the blink for once. I have a separate choice for gym shoes, and then I got my sneakers, you know what I'm saying? So there are us, like the sneakerheads, that these are my gym joints, but these are my drip joints. I'm trying to make them last. Versus there are some people that like, it's the same damn thing, where I've seen people pull up and work out in Jordan 1s. You know what I mean? No problem. You know what I'm saying? Which, again, I'm not knocking it, because at the end of the day, it is a basketball shoe, and Michael Jordan and or a plethora of other players have ran up and down the court for 4 quarters straight playing ball and maneuvering it. That's a form of working out as well. Yes, they're working, but it's a form of working out. Let me read the last part of this article, and then we'll wrap things up here with upcoming sneaker releases, and then I'll see you guys again on Saturday. But it says, while the company is making some progress, there is still a lot of work to do. Net income in the third quarter was $794 million, down 32% from $1.2 billion in the year ago period. Net sales in the period were $11.3 billion, down 9% from $12.4 billion on reported basis compared to the prior year. So pretty much that wraps it up for this article for Nike. So we did cover two. Interesting how this is going to go. I'm very curious. So we did talk North Face and the Cyberattack, and then of course Nike's new head of communications, and then like I said, the StockX joint we'll cover on Saturday. So let's talk upcoming sneaker releases, and then we'll wrap things up for the night. Now I did want to say I did see that the Neons actually had restocked, but if you look at this map based off this, it was very, very limited, and they did restock in JD Sports, and it was supposed to be actually today on the 4th. But look at this, like, why is the shoe so limited? And I'm not knocking at it, and I know there's places in New York, but like in a place like DMV is probably somewhere around here. I ain't even bother looking. And then when I went on Instagram or whatever to look this up, pretty much it was still like certain stipulations. So the joint dropped this Friday apparently, so on the 4th. So the thing is, this is not Friday, but apparently it hasn't happened yet. So it says this Friday we're taking it back to the OG, the Air Max 95 Neon, Mandarin and Pink, in-store only at select location status, exclusive access. So apparently there's still going to be online drop. So, okay, I didn't read this all the way. So the exclusive access opens Wednesday, July 4th at 9 a.m. and closes at 4 p.m. So this is if you got the right status, which I'm going to be 100. I don't really shop at JD Sports like that. And even if I did, I just saw this after the live, so I can't even check to see if I got quote-unquote exclusive access. And then I'm assuming Friday we're taking it back. So I'm assuming Friday they're going to release it online. Don't miss your chance. Time to lock in. Says, can we check location? So looks like, yeah, they're going to try to do this on like, several drops. So again, according to this, if I'm reading it correctly, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, they got exclusive access or whatever that's happening today, but it's supposed to drop again on Friday. This Friday we're taking it back. So it should be this Friday. I'm assuming online. Yeah, in-store only. So again, it's still, so I take that back. exclusive access is starting today, but it's not going to be online. It says that it's in-store only at select locations. But again, where can you verify your locations is the question. And I saw people asking this in the damn comment section. You know what I'm saying? So again, why are the mandarins limited? You know, powder pink, why are they limited? You know, I don't want to sound like I'm hating or nothing, but like, I don't know. This don't seem like it should be a limited, like, you know what I mean? So again, it'll be very interesting. Let's see. Divine says, what up, Manny? Divine says, what's good, chat? What up, what up? So yeah, it's not going to be online. It says all love for Florida. Oh, wow. I didn't see that. But look at the map. I see why that person said that. Look at Florida. The whole green joint, all of Florida got all these exclusive drops, man. Like, this is fucking crazy. Wow. And I really want this shoe. But I'm hoping we're going to get, I'd assume at some point we're going to get a sneakers drop on here. So it'll be very interesting. But rumors is that's not going to be until Air Max Day next year. So that's when I want to cover. Devon says, you right about those Travis brownies in person. They are nice. Most definitely. Most definitely. Timeless classic sneaker, dog. Even though it just kind of dropped. But it's still one of those shoes in person. It just hits, man. I like it. I think it's a great, like, shoe. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was the Air Max 95s. And then I did see this, and I think we can say salutes to Divine because he posted this in the sold out Discord. We do have the Air Jordan 4 Cave Stones that's anticipated this year as well in September. I don't hate them. I don't hate them. It kind of gives me olive vibes a little bit. But, again, y'all know me, I'm kind of a sucker. But I can see, like, a mixture of, like, the brownish on this, too. It's a lot of things going in there. Devon says, those brownies are grown man swag. I mean, it's versatile. I think that having the pink laces in there, it helps it pop. Bro says, Polo don't have these shoes. What shoes are you, like, and no, I don't have these because they ain't out yet. But yeah, I think people are comparing this to like the Travis Scott friends and family type of vibes. So we'll see that. And apparently tomorrow, I want to say on Supreme, we should be getting a collab with Supreme and Good Enough's Nike Air Force One. So here's a link on this one. I think we're going to see this. That's going to be very, very interesting. Y'all know me, I'm a sucker for Air Force One, but I don't know. With that leopard skin Nike check, I may just leave that for the later. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate it though. But I'm good on the leopard. I don't think I could rock like leopard. Devon says, the cave stones kind of look like the Travis Scott samples of the Force. Yeah, I saw that. That's what they were saying in the article, man. I can see it a little bit. I didn't close the tab all the way yet. That's it. I mean, you know, if Travis was to do like a Travis, just put his logo on there on the back of that joint and Nike check on the other side, the shoe would take off like a rocket. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it ain't going to hit when it comes out. But, you know, if we put that Travis stamp of approval on there, different ball game. But I don't hate it, man. So I got myself back on the main screen. I've been on this joint for like an hour and 3 minutes, man. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up here for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love and being active in the chat. I am going to cover the Supreme topic. I am going to cover the StockX topic on Saturday, and that's when I'll be back live. So tonight we cover the North Face Cyberattack, Nike's new head of communications, and yeah, man, pretty much other than that, I got more content on the way. I'm going to wrap things up. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls, and again, you know I got Music Monday. I'll see you guys again on Saturday. Sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. But I'll see you guys again on Saturday, and yeah, I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her